This will be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendants, and Mercuries. Start off with an oracle reading. And of course, I'll try my very best not to be biased. Doing these tarot readings here with nobody in front of me and just with the energy itself, there's always the tendency for the mind to relate the energy to a person. So just I'm coming clear now and coming so that you understand as a viewer that this is that I am making an intention to be non-biased here. And if I think of somebody that's a Gemini sun, just know that sometimes I talk to them. That does not mean that they are more important than you. So if I talk to a Gemini sun, if I reference Gemini and I think of a Gemini sun person I know, just know that I'm thinking about them in love, and therefore I'm thinking about you in love as well, even though I don't know who you are. And you don't know who I am either, so that's fine. The fates. All right, Gemini. So you're fated. You're fated to experience a certain situation, whatever you're experiencing here, and we'll find that out right now. So just know that you're guided and protected, and of course, a lot of air. Interesting. And we will draw a card here from Lon Maladuquette's deck of Tarot of Ceremonial Magic. I mean, Two of Cups came out, so that's good. You obviously have a lot of love in your life. That's great. It's really good to see. Now, Gemini. You're obviously getting a very good control of your mind. That's very good to see. You're almost getting a reign on this mind. This mind that is just fucking crazy sometimes. And it's the energy of the reading. So you don't see this off camera, but the other readings I do, the energy is related to the reading. So the words I say, the way I say them, it all has to do with the energy of Gemini. So you're really getting a hold of your mind. You're like controlling yourself. You're controlling your mental faculties. These negative emotions that are happening, these interferences that are coming up mentally. You're like, no, fuck you. This is the way I think. This is the way I feel. This is the way that is best for me. Now, this mental control and this mental faculty is having you communicate better with other people. You're communicating better with others. Gemini is this energy of Gemini is communicating better with others. You are communicating better with yourself. You're speaking better to yourself. You're thinking better. You had these instances where you may think something and you may second question yourself. That is all coming to an end. It's almost like you're focusing on your feelings, how you feel about things now, and that is leading you on a path of feeling good about things. Now, what are you going to do with these good feelings? You're going to do something about it, goddammit. And what you do about it is just kind of put it anywhere. You're going to put these good feelings anywhere. You're going to put these good thoughts anywhere. You're just going to say, you know what, I feel good today. Whatever the hell I want to do, I'm going to do it. I got stuff going on. I got things happening for me. I'm communicating well with others. I feel like I have a sense of control over my life, over my own mind. Now, I'm going to just do whatever feels good. I'm just going to go for it. Now, it's interesting that Mercury here is in Sagittarius. Now, Mercury is the mental faculty, and Mercury is your ruler, Gemini, at least for the third house it is. But the now, so your mental faculty is on point, clearly. You're transmuting this mental faculty into action. You're doing something. You say, you know, I want to go do this today. Let's go do this. I feel like doing this today. Let's go do it. I don't know. I don't have a plan. I don't have any particular idea of what's happening. I'm just gonna do it. I feel like doing something, so fuck it. Let's do it. Now, the energy in the situation is saying, sure, that's a great idea. Let's do it. Your environment is saying, sure, that's a great plan. I think that's awesome. I think that your environment is very nurturing, and you have this very nurturing environment. And when I say nurturing, I don't mean a mother type of nurture. I mean more of a growth environment. Like, think of the sun. It nurtures us, and at the same time, it kills us. And at the same time, it doesn't give a shit. And at the same time, it cares. You know what I mean? So it's almost like this feeling of the world is saying, you know what? That's cool. If you want to do it, that's cool. Go ahead, please. Be my guest. I don't really care. I don't really give a shit if you do it or don't do it. But if you want to do it, that's your idea, and you're getting a control of yourself, so go for it. Yeah, why not? I'm not going to stop you. Your environment isn't stopping you. Now, your challenge is to take this sporadic energy of saying, man, I feel like I got to do something today. I'm just got to do something. I'm just going to go for it. Now, the challenge here is asking you, when you go for this, is it a long-term goal? Is it short-term? I think what's asking you more is, can you make this a long-term? Can you endure the challenges that may come along with this? Now, it's also asking you, can you properly allocate your resources? Because this could be very, let's say, dangerous to your finances, to your physical well-being, let's say. So you could have these, there's no good or bad, there is no positive or negative. I mean, there is, but it's more like your moral system is based on whatever you want it to be. So let's say you say, you know what, today I feel like smoking a pack of cigarettes. That's cool. Smoke a pack of cigarettes. That's great. You don't feel bad about it. You don't really care. Now what's asking you though is the challenge is this going to be good for my health in 10 years? And that's a challenge. Like, even now I'm thinking, as I'm tapping into that Gemini energy, and goddamn, like, thinking 10 years into the future and thinking, is this going to be good for my health in that amount of time? Am I even going to be alive then? That could be something. I could just be projecting, but I think that is the case here. Now, in the very end here, you have the Devil card. And this gets a bad rap, I feel like. I think this just means freedom. This means complete, total freedom. Now, the thing here is, the freedom is obvious. That's fine. You're going to have freedom. The freedom is there. You're going to have it. And you're going to enjoy yourself in the process. You're going to be dancing, laughing, doing all these things. The flip side of the card, however, is saying, you may have this freedom, but is it benefiting you? Are you sure you're not serving something higher? Are you serving yourself? And I think that's the challenge here. Is this energy that you're putting out, are you serving you, or are you serving a higher entity? So let's go back to the cigarette example. You have all the freedom in the world. Cigarettes feel good to smoke. They give you a head high. Nicotine is great. I used to smoke back in the day. I loved cigarettes. They feel good. They taste good. They smell good, certain kinds. But are you serving you? Or are you serving the cigarette corporation that is making billions of dollars off of your inevitable demise? So that's what I'm saying. You have this freedom, but the challenge is, are you going to serve yourself? Are you going to take this happiness, this mental fortitude, this mental ability? Are you going to, and are you going to serve you or someone else? Are you going to serve you, or are you going to serve a family member that you hold in high regard? That may give you a lot of freedom, but at the same time, it's, you're serving them. And granted, look, people, I'm alone here in my room, okay? So it's not like this. I'm thinking of someone that that is Gemini, and they have these people above them that might make them want to do something that might feel free but is not really benefiting themselves. So anyway, that's a digression. So you can just ignore that. Unless it helps you, then that's fine. But anyway, here is the advice from the universe: wealth. And I think this has to do a lot with the overall general reading, is focus on you and what is going to benefit you, because this energy here is very boom, 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 boom. That's what I get. It's very like, boom, I feel it. I feel good. Let's do it. But that is a recipe, not for disaster, but it's a recipe of you could have had $100 at the end of the month. And instead, you only have 10 because you decided to go out and do whatever you wanted to do that made you feel good at the time. So it's like, that is the challenge. It's like, could I have $100 at the end of the month? Or could I have 1,000 or 4,000 or 5,000? Or could I have 50, 20, 0? So it's like, yeah, I spent all this money. I had a great time. I did all this stuff. But at the end of the month, it's like, damn, I really wanted to buy that bike or whatever. So it's like, focus on the physical. That's your challenge. It's going to be very challenging. But the advice is focus on reality. Take these positive mental realities and focus on physical. So, and you're fated. You're in a good position right now. So you're good.